What's wrong with you people?
Hello everybody and welcome to r/Entitled Parents, where we hear the craziest stories about people and we wonder, how do these people exist?
Lady thinks letting her kid drown will teach him to swim. This literally just happened yesterday. I was at the pool with my auntie and 4 of my little cousins. At this said pool there's a big pool, a medium kid-sized pool, and a baby pool all in ground. My aunt was in the baby pool with my 2 baby cousins, and my 2 other cousins were in the medium pool. I was alone in the big pool swimming around. Now, this pool has a rule that any child under a certain height cannot be in the big pool area, even under the guidance of an adult. There was some toddler who was running around the pool edge where he tripped on some sunglasses by the side of the pool and fell in. I was the only one who saw him, so I quickly swam over and picked the flailing, crying child out of the water. He was sobbing, but I calmed him down and he said thank you. Seemed like a super sweet kid. I wondered where his parents were and why was he left alone in the pool area, which he shouldn't even be in. I asked him where his mother was and he showed me a lady who was standing in a pool chair, not even paying attention to her child at all. I told her what happened and the conversation followed through. Entitled mother: He fell in? Me: Yeah, but I saved him. He's okay. Why is he even... She cut me off. Why did you take him out of the pool? Because he was going to drown. Kids his size can't even be in this pool. He's learning to swim. This would have been a great learning opportunity and you messed it all up. If I didn't do anything, he would have drowned. Why weren't you watching him? He would have been fine if it wasn't for you. He was just playing around the pool. Well, kids his age can't even be in this part of the pool. What are you talking about? I paid to be here. He can go whatever pool he wants. Now, there were signs everywhere saying the rule of height and children. Apparently, entitled people can't read. Me, pointing to one of the rule signs. Title mother: Well, I never saw that. It isn't my fault. These lousy lifeguards should have told me the rule. I then reported her to the lifeguard and she was escorted out of the pool for harassment and neglect of her child, I guess. I then just went to the medium pool and chilled with my cousins. Other than that, my day was rather fine. So, letting your kid just jump in a pool or falling in a pool, it's how you teach him to swim. I guess it's the old-fashioned throw your kid in the water and just hopes he learns to swim. Entitled dad gets mad when I won't let him have my dog. Some months ago, my mom and I moved into a new home. This story took place in February. Our new home is smaller than our old one and we're selling some furniture and stuff that we don't need. A guy, entitled dad, is coming to buy a love seat that my mom had listed on a Facebook marketplace. My mom was at work when he was coming, and since I'm an 18-year-old girl, I didn't want to take any risks with the guy being shady or trying anything, so I had my very good old English sheepdog Pepper sitting outside and waiting with me. She's super friendly but can sense if I'm getting upset and will get defensive. So the guy rolls around 15 minutes later than he said he'd be there. No big deal, I guess. He gets out and introduces his son, entitled kid. He's like 11 and immediately wants to pet Pepper. Sure, no problem. While I'm helping entitled dad load up the sofa, he's asking questions about Pepper. How old is she? How long have you had her? Does she do tricks? When we're done, the guy is about to pay and says, So, how much for the mutt? Excuse me, she's a pure breed. Here's how the conversation went down. Me: I'm sorry, what? Entitled dad: The dog, it's $100 okay? First off, I paid $1,000 for her. I saved that money from mowing lawns and doing housework in and around the neighborhood. Hella lowballing that. Second, she's my dog. I love her and no amount of money in the world will ever make me consider getting rid of her. Me, sorry, she's my dog, not for sale. So the sofa will be, Daddy, I want the doggy. I know, kiddo, we'll get her. No, she's not for sale. Entitled Dad, let me have her then. You've had her for 5 years since she was a puppy. She obviously like Entitled Kid better than you. Me, no, pay me and leave now. Then I noticed that this little doo-doo is dragging Pepper by the collar towards their truck. She's resisting him. I call Pepper and she breaks out of Entitled Kid's grip and sits at my feet. Such a good girl. At this point, I'm getting upset and I know Pepper can tell. Entitled Dad, I'm taking that dog. He reaches towards Pepper and she snarls at him. I've never seen Pepper this way before. Entitled Dad, what the? Come here, Mott. Entitled Kid, Daddy, I want my dog. This little piece of is stomping his foot and starting to cry. I'm reaching for the pepper spray I keep on my lanyard that I was wearing, but Pepper lashes out first. She bit Entitled Dad on the hand. I don't think there was even blood though. Entitled Dad starts cursing and yelling at me that he'll have animal control out there and Pepper will be put down, blah blah blah, and I'm shaking and crying and Pepper is still growling and barking. They leave in a hurry and I didn't get paid for the love seat that we were selling for $100. I should have had him pay me first. That was a while ago and animal control hasn't come by, so I'm not worried. Just shaken up. My mom was upset, but after I explained everything it was fine. I took Pepper to cookout and she got chicken nuggets for being a good protective girl.
So basically the guy gets upset because she doesn't let him steal her dog. And he does end up stealing the couch though. I think at that point she should have just called the police. Anyway, courtesy of OP, there are some pictures below in the link with Pepper, and it's a very nice English sheepdog. So check the link in the description. Entitled Mother adopts a child and doesn't take care of her. So first off, this is not my story. This is a story of a far relative, but still close enough to my family to care. Second, my mom told some friends of her and I just overheard it, so it might not be that accurate. I'm gonna present it with a list of things she has done so it doesn't get too long. As all stories, meet the cast. Devil woman, mother of adopted child, and my aunt-in-law. The adopted child, my grandmother, and sister-in-law of Devil Woman. So it has been a long time now since Devil Woman adopted child, and she has done horrible things to her. To start off, the only reason she adopted her was that she was going to get allowances for the child, and for the fact they're a big family, and also for the fact she has 3 or 4 childs. Allowances for each one. So you guessed it, that's a pretty fair amount of money. Oh, and guess what do they do with the money? Go on vacation trips. Yay? No. They live without adopted child. Basically this woman adopts kids so she can go on vacation. It's like an unethical life pro tip. Hey, you want to go on a vacation but can't afford it? Just adopt a couple of child. Adopt 2 or 3 childs, throw them to give them to your grandmother or something like that to babysit them, and yeah, it's not funny though. My grandmother is forced to watch her for the whole time, and that pisses her off. Next thing, my grandmother found out that her mom never taught her to go to the toilet. She wears diapers. She's around 6 years old. So my grandmother, the kind and loving that always do everything for us, thought it would be a good idea to teach her how to go to the toilet. Cool, problem solved? No. When Devil Woman found out, she exploded at my grandmother saying that now she's gonna ask to go to the toilet everywhere. I hope you're happy. Grandmother is furious. Yeah, I would be like, who who thought it was a good idea to let this woman adopt kids? I mean, this woman doesn't want her kids to go to the toilet? What? Okay, I'm gonna continue reading. There's some other various things that occurred, like her getting sometimes beaten up, not fed. Oh god. Now you may ask, but OP, why don't you call the police or something like that? Oh boy, you gave me a good laugh. We tried, multiple times. The thing is, since she's adopted, they have some kind of a guy who comes and check if adopted child is well taken care of. That's when devil woman gets somewhat a bit smart. You see, adopted child hasn't got the right to play with toys. Yeah. She's bored 24/7. When the guy comes, devil woman gives adopted child a lot of toys, she gives her lots of food, she cares about her, and doesn't beat her up for a few days. And when the guy comes, everything looks alright. Then when he leaves, it comes back to hell. So the police has no real reason to investigate. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, devil woman picks adopted child's siblings before her, even if she finishes school before. Then she does random stuff and ends up picking adopted child very late. It's like she's trying to get rid of the child she adopted? What? Teachers saw that and gave her soup because she is always starving. And when devil woman found out, oh boy. She goes to the principal and says, "You give her free soup and not to her siblings. They should have free soup. If you do not give them, I will remove them from your school." Wow. Adopted child stopped receiving soup. Poor little one. I should have to mention her siblings aren't entitled or evil to her, it's just a devil woman. When my mom told the story, I wanted to explode. To have someone like this in my family. Yes, adopted child is still alive. Maybe I'll upload the part 2 and my mom will tell me what happened. Peace and love, everybody. Not you, Karen. I forgot to mention we live 200 kilometers apart of Devil Woman. Only grandmother lives near her, and well, she's not very good in technology, and second, she says she doesn't want to get involved or the police because that's still her daughter-in-law. Well, I really hope there's a part 2 for this, because this is not an entitled parent that doesn't take care of his kid. This is an adult torturing a kid. It's an adult basically exploiting a kid for money, and this is not right. I really hope that the authorities get involved in this and that we'll have a happy end for this story.